I found out I was adopted. But the truth about my real parents is worse than I ever imagined. I was 24 when I learned the truth. It started with a phone call, a call that shattered everything I thought I knew about myself, my family, my life. Growing up, I always felt different. Not in an obvious way, but in small, quiet moments. Like the way my mom avoided eye contact whenever I asked about baby pictures. Or how my dad would change the subject every time someone brought up genetics or family health history. I told myself it didn't matter. We were a family, right? Blood or not, love was what counted. At least that's what I believed until last year. It was a Thursday late afternoon. I was cleaning out my old bedroom in my parents' house before moving into my new apartment. Mom was at her book club. Dad was in the garage. I was boxing up old yearbooks and photo albums when I noticed something odd. An envelope at the very bottom of my closet, taped to the floorboard. No label, just old, yellowed paper sealed with brittle tape. My hands shook as I peeled it open. Inside were documents, a birth certificate, not mine, or at least not the one I'd seen before. This one had a different last name, a name I'd never heard, Harper. My birthday was the same, the hospital was the same, but the parents listed were strangers. I stared at it for what felt like hours, my mind refusing to process the letters in front of me. I dug deeper into the envelope and found more papers, court documents, adoption records, dated 1999, and then a photo, a woman holding a baby. The woman wasn't my mom, and the baby wasn't me. Not exactly. I don't know how long I sat there before I heard Dad's voice behind me. "What are you doing?" I jumped, dropping the papers. He saw them. His face went pale, like the blood drained out all at once. He didn't even ask where. I found them. He just said one thing, his voice low and sharp. "You weren't supposed to see that." I remember stammering, asking what this meant, who those people were. He didn't answer. He just snatched the envelope and walked out. 10 minutes later, he was gone, took the truck and disappeared. That night, Mom came home to find me sitting on the floor, surrounded by empty boxes, eyes swollen from crying. I asked her point blank, "Am I adopted?" She froze, didn't blink, didn't breathe, just stared at me. Then she sat down, her hands trembling, and said, "It's complicated. Complicated." That's what she called it. She admitted it. Then, I wasn't their biological child. They adopted me when I was a baby. My real parents? Dead. A car accident. She said they never told me because they wanted to protect me. "You're ours," she said. "You've always been ours." I wanted to believe her. I really did. But something in her voice, it didn't sound like the whole truth. And I was right. The next day, I went digging online. I searched my birth name, Harper. I searched the hospital, the date, and I found something. A news article from 1999. Local couple charged after missing infant found alive. My heart nearly stopped. I clicked it. The story was short, but the details were there. A baby, me, taken from a hospital nursery, missing for 2 weeks. Found safe in a cabin owned by my adoptive parents. I swear my vision blurred. I read it over and over, trying to make sense of the words, but they didn't change. My parents, the people who raised me, stole me. I confronted Mom again. This time, she didn't deny it. She broke down crying, babbling about how they didn't mean to, how they just wanted a child, how they loved me like their own. She said my real parents didn't deserve me, that they were unfit, that she was saving me. Saving me. I screamed at her. I told her she was a liar, a kidnapper, a monster. She begged me to understand. She grabbed my hands and said, "We gave you a good life. Isn't that what matters?" I left that night, packed a bag and drove to my friend's place. I didn't answer their calls. I didn't read their texts. But it didn't end there. Because 3 days later, I got an email from a name I didn't recognize. Subject line: I'm your sister. I almost didn't open it, but I did. And what I read made my blood run cold. She said she'd been looking for me for years. That our parents, the real ones, didn't die in a car crash. They were murdered. And the people who did it were the same people who raised me? I thought it had to be a sick joke. But then she sent proof. Police reports, court records, newspaper clippings. My real parents were stabbed to death in their home. The case went cold. No arrests were made. And then she said something that made me sick. They didn't just take you. They killed for you. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. And then came the last email, just 2 words. They know. That night I heard knocking on the door. Slow, steady, and a voice I knew all too well. Sweetheart, let us in.